Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts and to Shipyard Champions. That's right. Now, I am on the 1.5 beta and I'm using the Dreadnought Improvement Project mod. So, I'm going to have to do the challenge a little bit differently to what you will see for the others, because they have the advantage of shared designs, whereas I don't. But that means you get to see more building. One thing I'm just realizing is, what range are we supposed to start at? It doesn't say. Well, that's an interesting one. Hmm. 15. Okay, yeah, it was. So 15 is relatively close, so I'm okay with that. So, what is this scenario? It's sent in by Wright, and this is. So we have the German battleship Bismarck going towards Kiel to load up ammunition. And they run into the Polish destroyer Piorun, and it is our job to try, as best we can, to get as close to Bismarck as possible and sink her. In theory. Let's start off by designing the Bismarck, because that's going to be slightly easier. And yes, I know this is going to cause huge issues in the comments that I've done it wrong, because that's just what happens when you talk about this ship. Anyway, I'm going to do my best to interpret her into Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought. So she's a modern battleship 1. She is about, I would say, 50,300 tons. So it's full load displacement. Before you get annoyed with me, she could do 30 knots. Range, I'll come back to, but it's supposed to be 16,000 kilometers. We'll probably be fine on that. You probably have, I'd say, many bulkheads. I don't know what crew. So I'm just going to put a regular crew on, which I think seems fair, as they are working up in the scenario to that, like they're not full, like they're not going to be seasoned. I mean, you could argue that they should just be trained, not regular, but we'll say that they're regular. I think that's perfectly fair. Now, she had, I'm just going to assume, geared 2 turbines and oil. Towers. Oh, no, wait, these are the wrong towers. She must be a modern battleship 2 then. So we get the right towers. But this is where it gets tricky, because now her beam is supposed to be yeah, maybe slightly less than that. 118. No, that's too much. That's too much as well. Yeah, we'll go -2. Draft makes no sense in Dreadnoughts, at least as far as I know. Unless they've changed that, actually. Okay, 785 feet. It's a little bit short, but I'm guessing if I go up to the next length, it's going to be too much. Yeah, we'll go with the short one. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay, towers. I'm going to go with the cheap tower, because the bigger ones are too big. I know that already from building on this hull. A funnel, 30 knots, and let's call it around 52,000 tons. That is slightly heavier than she actually was, but needs must. Now, if we go oil and geared 2 turbines. Yeah, we don't quite have the engine efficiency at 100%, but we do have the range spot on. How does the engine power compare? We have slightly more engine power. All right. Seems reasonable. In fact, let's say slightly more. Considerably more. No, look at it. But yeah, that's limits on the game engine. I think many bulkheads is probably fairer until I can get the rest of the ship built. Okay, next we need the 8-inch, the 8 15-inch guns. Now these were what caliber were they? Blah, 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 blah. 52s. Which is what they are by default. Excellent. And then they had the 5.9s. Now the trouble with 5.9s is they're not going to fit very well. So I'm actually going to use the Drakinifal modified Bismarck that he posited, and you can actually watch his video because he does this in Dreadnoughts. I will see if I can find the link if I remember. But one of the changes he proposed doing was giving Bismarck a unified 4-inch secondary battery rather than the weird mixture that they used. And actually, it wouldn't be 4-inch. It would probably be the... Oh, no, it would be 4-inch. I'm getting confused. Just give them some 4-inch guns. And they did carry a little bit of flak. But not a huge number. But let's give them some little anti-air guns as well. So this is not historically accurate Bismarck, but is a kind of Bismarck-inspired ship. Close as I can get her, whilst also making some considerations for the fact that, you know, this is a game. And this unified 4-inch is going to make my life a lot harder, actually, because that's quite a scary prospect for a destroyer to try and deal with. Almost certainly had an auxiliary diesel engine. I don't see any reason why she wouldn't have top-end stuff here. I don't think she'd have modern armor, probably just top-end Krupp. Anti-flash torpedo system. I'd say a 4. Double bottom hull. She was famously a turtleback ship. And I think they used just ordinary shells, but there'll be a tube powder vessel. Wonder fire 1.8. Auto's not historically accurate. They probably have semi... I mean, they did have semi-auto guns. 1.47. That seems reasonable. Give her a Gen 1 radar. She probably would have had an RDF. And I think she would have had a... Oh, I'm going to have to check the video now, but I think she'll have a stereoscopic 5. I I think that's what we gave her in the Battleship League. You could also just watch my collaboration with Drakinifal on the historical build on this ship if you want an actual proper attempt for a historical build. Armor, though, we can do that. So 12.6 inch on the main belt, 14.2 on the turret top. Then the main deck was 4.7, and I'm assuming she just had splinter proofing everywhere else. Let's give her the best layers possible. Really lean into that turtleback. 4-inch guns. Can I use the trick? Yes. Where you can put armor on the turrets. Just splinter proofing. Turret tops. Do you know what? I'm very quickly going to go and check my own video to see what the armor should be, and then I'll come back. All right, there we go. Quick rewatch of my own video later, and we have, as best I can get, historically accurate armor thicknesses. And I also noticed we did actually give it the auto 1 loading, even though it would technically be semi-automatic. It gives it about the right rate of fire. So I think we're kind of done. Now that does leave a considerable amount of displacement remaining. Put the slider down to try and get the engine efficiency up. We could go maximum bulkheads. We'll get a pip of range to give it the operational range that it actually had, but it's going to be slightly underweight. But at 44,000 tons, I believe that puts it right in the kind of standard displacement range that it actually had. So given that the ship is... Oh, actually, that's a good point. I don't know if this is in the original one, but it's supposed to be going to get ammunition. So I'm going to give it reduced shells. I don't actually know if that's in the game or not, but that's what I am doing. She's a little bit underweight. She hasn't taken on her stores, things like that yet. Put it that way. Oh yeah, these also need to go back to being 4-inch guns. There we go. Lovely. Excellent. Oh, there you go. The Bismarck. Just so people don't get annoyed with the slight inaccuracies and, well, frankly, alt history in the secondary armor. That's going to make my job a little bit harder, I reckon. Right, well, that's our enemy designed. Let's head over to the British side and get designing. Right, here we are. The Piorun. She was an N-class destroyer. So I'm going to do my best to replicate. I've already done the displacement when I was checking the hull. She should be able to do 36 knots. Presumably using turbines. Tower. Just having a look at a picture of her. I think tower-wise, it would be... Might be... Well, it's not the refit tower. We'll go with the enhanced modern tower 1. It does have the right sort of shape to it. She had a single funnel. And... yeah, okay. And then we have pretty big secondary armament, so I'm going to use the large barbette tower. She had 3 twin 4.7-inch guns. ABX, I think. Should be able to manage that. I don't have the correct barbette. Sadly, we don't have the tribal style one with the gun shield. So they go 4.7-inch guns. She had a single 4-inch AA gun. I'm not going to include that. She did have 4 20mm, which we can put on. So that'd be a 1.6-inch. Those 4.7s, what caliber were they? Barrel length 45s. Wow. Okay, those are not 45s. They're only 35s, but it's as close as I can get. Let's go 40s on the 1.6. And then she had a quintuple 21-inch torpedo tube. Boom. Looks a bit spaced out of the back. I would probably make this ship smaller. What was her standard displacement? 1,700 or so. Can we make her that size? Yeah, let's go much smaller. Let's go 1,800, which is her standard displacement. Because I think she's going to look closer. Although, no, we should be okay. Yeah, that looks a lot closer to what I'd expect. We're going to standard. We're going to go regular with the crew. Standard bulkheads. Range on this ship was not high. 10,000, so probably let's go for one step up from the minimum. Obviously, use the best armor we can. Might as well get a triple bottom hull, anti-flood, and a reinforced bulkhead. Wait, did I add those as main guns? I did not mean to do that. Okay. Oh, it just doesn't. Okay, cool. They do have shells, right? Don't even know where to look for that. Base views, cap ballistics, cordite, 21-inch standard torps. Let's grab the autoloaders. Oh, I've gone overweight. Actually, it probably wouldn't have autoloaders. Probably semi-auto at best. Engines and boilers are pretty heavy. I mean, this is a destroyer. Make it cramped. British or Royal Navy ships, which, and I'm assuming the Polish ships as well, generally didn't carry a reload. Yeah, it was supposed to be 40,000 horsepower. Actually, a lot less. More efficient, I guess. How can we get you? Oh, wait, I haven't done armor yet. I mean, destroyers of this era didn't really have armor. But we could maybe have, yeah, say half an inch. Yeah, that's where the weight was. 0.1, 0.2, 0.1, 0.1. There's an attempt at armor. There we go. And then we are at 1796. Pretty close in terms of displacement. Okay, so we get 3 of these, but the way the scenario works is only this exact ship, the Piorun G35, can actually get me points. None of the other ships can get me points, but they also can't lose me points, which is quite important. I get 100 damage done by this ship on Bismarck, gets me a point. Oh, Jesus. And they remain even if the ship is sunk. If I sink Bismarck, I get 50 points. Very nice. If I get within 5 kilometers of Bismarck with this ship and announce that I am a Pole, then I double my points. And if I sink the Bismarck whilst Piorun is still alive, I double my points again. There are restrictions. Firstly, the destroyers can have torpedoes, but they're not allowed to fire them. So, great. I'm not allowed Gen 3 radar, but I didn't equip it anyway, because I can't. And the heavy cruiser is allowed to fire torpedoes. So, how I'm going to damage Bismarck with these 4.7-inch guns, I have no idea. Our maximum pen is, and this is with an AP shot. I'm going to go standard ratio. And that's, no, I'm not. Max 80. And that's with an AP shell is 2.6. And I don't think Bismarck has anything. Well, forward belt. And ramming. Is basically all I'm going to be able to do. Okay, heavy cruiser. We have a few options here. Heavy cruiser 2, compact. Yeah, I'm going to go for the modern heavy cruiser 4. Because why not? I'm going to need all the help I can get. Although this ship is almost certainly going to die horribly. There are no restrictions on it, so. Why not go for the most firepower I possibly can? In fact, I wonder if we can do some horribleness with this. What size of gun can you fit on these? Not an 11. Or 10. Or a 9. Could go 8s though. We can have a lot of forward firing 8s. And we just charge in, blasting away with as much 8-inch firepower as possible. What armor quality did Bismarck have, actually? 165. Well, that's even worse. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to have to deal with that in a minute. Radar. Rangefinder. Okay, oil. I'm going to go... no, I'm going to stick with steam, probably. No, let's go diesel. Diesel, super diesel. going to try. I don't need anti-torpedo. Right, let's go standard ratio base cat ballistic for now. Because I want to see what we're going through here. 7. Well, okay. Let's say we get to within 5,000 meters. We're going through about 5 or 6 inch with our AP shells. So the AP shells are going to be able to threaten Bismarck's 4.5 bill here. The HE shells are not doing anything much. What about if I go cat ballistic? If I get very close, I might be doing something, but that seems unwise. Thinking maybe going nose fuse and just trying to start a bunch of fires. But yeah, I'm gonna go nose fuse. For when we're firing the HE. I'm going to lengthen the guns a bit. What length does that make them? Oh, 63s, that's too much. 55s? Helps a little bit. What if we supersize them? Helps more. But doesn't fit. There you go. 8.5? 8.5. Let's go with an 8.5. Secondary guns aren't going to be super useful here. But we could use some torpedo launchers. Which again, we can kind of just... We can pop a couple here. I was going to see if we can put one on the back. But no, we've also got the underwaters. We only get one of these, of course. Let's put a twin launcher on as well. There we go. Plenty torps. And we want them to be as big as possible. Okay, not the twin launcher then. Oh, no, it doesn't like me now. Just have them hanging off the side of the ship. Perfectly sensible thing to do. Let's make them... Let's use long lances. Screw it. Oxygen torps. Not so much for the extra range, but they do a little bit of extra damage. Cool. Alright. Then we need armor. So the turrets are already maximally armored. Then we're going to want literally just as much armor as possible. Armored prow. It's going to give me weight offset issues. But I might be able to just... Yeah, shove the engines right to the back of the ship. Do not build ships like this. Do not build ships like this. This is a bad design. Just so that we're clear. I'm never going to be able to get all of this in, but... I do want to see what we have. Okay. Okay, deck. I think something like this is probably fine. Uh, 3% weight, 3% weight. Go down a knot. Does that save me very much? Oh, it saves a bit. A bit. go electrical turrets. And electrical steering. There we go. Save just enough weight to make this ship somewhat viable. Now that 11-inch, well, 11.3, when is Bismarck going to be able to just delete that? Immediately. Oh, good. So this is going to go terribly. But we will die trying, damn it. Start and pause. Which way is she going? Kind of towards us. Right. Here's the diadem. Who's just going to go straight in. It's a weird looking ship. But sure, why not? I think those torpedoes can actually fire directly forwards as well, which is hilarious. I'm going to switch her torpedoes off for now. And the destroyers are going to detach. They're going to go straight in. And of course they have to have their torpedoes off for the entire battle. Here is our hero ship. Torpedoes off. I'm going to smoke her up immediately. Right. Should mean that she doesn't get selected as the target. Oh, look at that! Drifting around. She does look pretty close, I think. Come on, get some damage in. Also have the sharpshooter and the Woolsey. And of course we have diadem. Well, we have hits, but they didn't do anything. Which doesn't surprise me. Are they going for the Piorun? You bastards! They did! Going immediately for the only ship that matters. Absolute shits. 11 kilometers out. Remember that 00 is still 0. I wonder if it can tell that I have the torpedoes off. Diadem, switch to save. Oh, hello. Somebody did some damage. The 8-inch guns. Nice. Try some AP shells. Let's see if we can actually get a couple partial bends. Bismarck is moving. Oh, it's also almost destroyed the diadem already. Piorun has sadly done 0 damage at the moment. Bismarck is running away though, which is interesting. I have noticed there is a weakness in the AI's behaviour in that it will nearly always run away from the the player if the player just charges in against them. Again, the 8.5's doing a little bit of damage here. Sadly, it doesn't matter. Oh, she's turning again. Right, diadem. Go normal on the torch, would you? Yeah, you're out on one of the launches on the starboard side. Don't even know if it can launch. It is turning, but looks stuck. See if you can fire the other side. Maybe try to get them too close together here. I mean, we are going to be doing fire damage, but can try and get some partial pens, maybe. Well, somebody took out a secondary gun. It's not too bad. I am within 5 kilometers, though. I am a pole. And start using the signal lamp very aggressively now. Oh, we've done damage. 8. Okay, remember it is per 100. So that's not great. I don't even know if I took... I'll probably run into my own goddamn torpedoes at this rate. Yep, diadem did fire some. I don't even know where they are. Please don't have a torpedo run into the back of me. $21 damage. Woo! $34. Come on. I want to score at least a point, which will then get doubled to 2. Where are the other destroyers? Over here. Get. Wow, sharpshooter way out of position. Bismarck not using its secondaries very effectively, I have to say. Don't do that. Jeez. I mean, she's running away from the Polish. I consider that a moral victory. I was going to say, blocked. That's plot armor and a half. Big old partial pen, though. Sets the whole front of the ship on fire. Does look even more epic now. Oh god, she's turning. Oh, there were the torps. Fuck me. Jesus. They came very close to hitting Bismarck there. Trouble is, with only a 6-knot differential. Ah, overpen. Almost got 50 damage. That's half a point. I don't even know if points come in halves. But doubled, that's 1, damn it. Not even sure we have the speed to keep up anymore. No, we don't. Oh! Evil. Right, Woolsey. Fuck it. Fuck the rules. bullshit. In that I reckon I'm going to score 0 regardless, but I want to at least give him a chance. Oh, or not. Piorun taking a massive hit. That'll probably sink it. Guns are out. Bravely trying her best, but nope. Down she goes. Right, so now my rule breaking doesn't matter. Huzzah. We found some torpedoes, sir. Excellent. Dump them and retreat. Died him. You are still fighting somehow, which is impressive. You're never going to get away in a million years. Oh, Bismarck either saw those torpedoes very early or was already planning a turn. I mean, they are enormous torps, so... Actually, no, the destroyers have got 21-inch torps on them. Just sharpshooter remains in that case. Maybe she can do what Piorun valiantly tried to do, but ultimately was not successful. 8 kilometers out. What's the range on these torps? 14. Bismarck again turning. I can't believe how Diadem has held up. I have done a surprising amount of damage to Bismarck here. Like, in that I've done any. She's turning again. Right, go to save. You're about to get obliterated. Retreat. Yeah. No chance. Bismarck seeing that a mile off and withdrawing. And she sinks the sharpshooter for good measure. Diadem's still going though. Just. Very difficult armor scheme for the AI to deal with, I guess. Hey, still firing! Okay, not anymore. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, it's a big fat 0. But hopefully it was an entertaining 0. Did my best. Why am I not getting end battle, you bastards? I want to see the battle screen. Do you not get that in customs? Oh, please tell me you get it in customs. Okay. Should have popped up already. I don't think I do. I think I'd have to have the Welshy sink. But I'll say the Welshy got away. I definitely did not get any points. Unless... Larry is going to be very generous and give me a half point for the 50 damage I managed to do. Which would be doubled to 1. 1 point. 1 pity point. Otherwise it's 0. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.